Alright, people, so lately I've been hearing a lot of great things about the Eventide Blackhole reverb and MangledVerb reverb, which is a sort of a reverb that has a built-in distortion in it. Pretty cool stuff for sound design. Now, the first time I got on basis with Black Hole was when my friend Doyle Donahue and I were working on a Warhammer 40k Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2 soundtrack. It's an RTS game, and there was a lot of, really for the background music, we had a lot of drone-ish type of sounds that would fit perfectly into this massive and huge space that Warhammer 40k is. So that was the first time I heard about Black Hole, and easy enough to say I was mind blown. But lately, I started going back to it because I'm still working on a couple of games that need this type of drone-ish ambience background music. So I created this short little demo piece that I wanted to present you how you can use both black hole reverb and this new thing called MangledVerb to create some pretty cool soundscapes and whatnot. So let me just first play you the track, and then I will show you and tell you how I did everything that I did. So here we go. Okay, so you can hear how much of reverb there is in this. I mean, it's still going on, and I stopped the playback. So it really is a tool to create like this endless wash of reverb for your dark ambient music, science fiction, games, films, whatever, horror stuff. Now, if you bear in mind, so I have on these two, the Polygrowl and the Polyresnor tracks, I have different instances of Black Hole. So these are factory presets, but I modified them a little bit. Now you will notice that I inserted the reverb as an insert effect on the track, so I wasn't sending anything to effects, so I was able to blend the balance between the dry sound and the reverb sound with the mix knob, which is pretty cool. But this is like a huge reverb. Now this is how the instrument looks like. Yeah, sure, it's like a Polyvox type of emulation, an old polyphonic synth created in the Soviet Russia. But as you can see here, I have bypassed my original reverb from the sound I created, and I have bypassed the delays, and my aux send is all the way down, so nothing is sending the signal into these reverbs. So everything that you have heard so far is coming from the black hole. So for example, let me just turn off all of these, and I will play you the track to see how dry everything sounds. So the only thing is this Viking drone here that is also has a reverb bypass and everything else, but they all have a slight sustain and a slower attack and longer release time because they're drone-ish synths. But when you take a sound like this, you know, this is like instant doom soundtrack. But not that I'm comparing myself to Mick Gordon, God forbid, but it reminds me. I know he used Polyvox on Doom, but this is that type of grimy sound. Now it's dry on its own, but now when I turned on the black hole, listen to what the black hole does to this signal. Now mind you, I think you should probably have some pretty good speakers and headphones that can reproduce the sub frequencies. And you see it is still going on. And if I stop, the reverb is still going on. So the thing is that with this, if I bypass it now, it cuts it off immediately. The thing is that this is my favorite tool for creating sci-fi soundscapes. I mean, like you have one. This is it's a polyphonic synth, but I'm playing like just one note, and with this one note, you can create like this huge drones, which is pretty amazing thing. Now, regarding this Viking drone here, this is another great reverb that I found out recently, called MangledVerb. So basically, it's got distortion in it. I think it's distorting the reverb itself. So it doesn't go, the signal flow is not distortion and reverb, but the other way around. It first goes into a reverb and then it goes into a distortion. This is also some kind of a preset that I tried, but then I tweaked the stuff so I can, it's still subby, so I gave it a little bit more of highs, and let me just turn down the lows a little bit. It's got this wobble type of thing. You can really crank it up, and maybe just give it more. This is like the EQ of the reverb. Now, if I play this separately, so this patch here has a decay pretty longer. But the thing is, when I add the MangledVerb, here's what we get. And the reverb signal is still going on even after the decay, and you can actually automate this in Studio One, so you can just tweak that. You have like the soft clip, which is just this tiny little bit of saturation on the signal, but once you crank it up, it really opens the character of the reverb, and you can use it for a whole bunch of pretty cool stuff. So it's a pretty amazing tool. Both of those in combination can give you some amazing results. Now, because all of these are pretty subby and everything, I got some buildup of the levels in sub frequencies, so I just used an Eventide mix bus compressor to control everything, and I cut it just a little bit here with the Eventide E channel, just the subs, to kind of get them a little bit more controlled. But yeah, that's the these two plugins, reverbs, pretty cool if you're into, game music, game sound, any type of cinematic sound design, musical sound design, anything. I mean, I highly recommend these two. Now, I'm not being endorsed by Eventide or anything. I'm not being paid to say any of this thing, but I'm just wanted to share some of the, findings that I recently stumbled upon. So there's a lot of great stuff in Eventide's bundles that are, you can either subscribe on a monthly or a yearly plan. And the legacy bundle, it's pretty cool. I think it's featuring both of the MangledVerb and the Black Hole, so you can, just these two plugins are well worth the money for it, and I know I'm gonna be using it quite a lot in my future projects. So I'll see you next time. Next time I'm going to show you also two cool Eventide plugins that I found, but you'll have to see the next video. So see you soon. Talk to you soon. Have fun and enjoy, and just be creative with these two things. Bye.